Hi there, Junior Roses! Welcome back to the YouTube! I hope you guys are good. In today's video, I thought it would be a great idea to ask you guys who was the weirdest kid in your school and why. In my school, I was definitely one of the weird kids, if not the weirdest kid. I mean, I'm the whole reason I got the inspiration for Henry. So I thought it'd be funny to ask you guys and see some of your weird kid stories too. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed. These weird kids really compete with me when I was in school. The reason I was weird is because when I was in school, I would pretend I was like a lion and I would just roar at the other kids. I think I used to scare some of the other kids as well, but all the teachers would be like, what the hell is this weird freak of a child doing? I don't know why, I just thought I was cool, probably wanted attention. So before we get into your weird kid stories, I just want to point this out. For all of you brilliant people who watch my videos, there is a massive 67.5% of you not subscribed. So if you watch my videos and you enjoy them, then I would really appreciate if you subscribe. We are so close to 2 million and I can't wait to get there. I'm going to be doing a big reveal when we get there. Also, I'm just going to say this now. I'm going to save the best story till last. You won't want to miss it. Okay, so the first one. So there is this girl in my school and she was crawling on all fours and had a dog leash on. She was being walked by this other girl. They were barking and growling at everyone. The girl on the floor even tried to bite me because I looked at her weird. That would just be the it's not even finished. They both got sent to isolation and questioned by the head teacher. Also, great videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you. The thought of two kids going around school, one of them having the other on a leash, like a lead for a dog, and the other one just walking around on all fours biting people is so funny. Oh my God. It literally sounds like, obviously something Henry would do, but it just sounds like something out of a cartoon. Okay, so the next one. Lad named Ignis. He was Polish and would sniff girls' hair. I mean, I'm hoping they're not implying he was weird because he was Polish. That is weird that he would sniff girls' hair, though. Like, I bet all the girls were really freaked out by him. Kid next to me in maths used to stab himself with a compass. I love the thought of him just sitting there, just stabbing himself. There was a kid in my class who threw a compass at my maths teacher. My maths teacher wanted to collect all the compasses in because we'd used them for the lesson. And he said, right, all compasses back in. This kid, I can't remember his name, but he just threw it. He just threw it. And the teacher had to catch it. Otherwise, it was going to, like, I don't know, break something. He got sent out. It's basically just as bad as throwing a knife because the compass is sharp. One of my friends didn't understand getting changed for PE and just got fully naked. No, you can't not understand that. I'm sorry. You can't be getting fully naked for a whole PE lesson. Oh, imagine doing dodgeball naked. If your teacher's making you do that, you probably want to tell your parents or the police. I know, hopefully he didn't actually go out into the lesson. I'm sure his friends and the teacher didn't let him go out and leave the changing rooms naked. This year 11 said he found a condom in the toilet, so he filled it up with milk and terrorized the year 7s. Oh, that is so funny. Finally, the year 7s are being terrorized and not the other way around. Oh my God, that is hilarious. In my school, it was normally the other way around, like the year 7s would just terrorize everyone else. Did he actually fill it up with milk? Why has he put the word milk with quotation marks? Surely it's nothing else, right? It wouldn't be a used condom that he's chasing the year 7s around with. Come to think of it, that brings back memories because in my school, there were loads of condoms around. I can't remember if any of them were used, but I just remember seeing loads of just rubber condoms laying around my school. Disgusting. One girl was obsessed with being an animal. She'd go as far as attacking people like a cat. I said that at the start of the video, didn't I? That is literally me. Look, if you think that's weird, look, it is weird. I am weird. But I was a lion, all right? I was a lion. I don't know why I did it. I think I just wanted people to think I was cool. And I thought, well, what's the coolest animal I can be? A lion. But it didn't work. I was the weird kid in school. I wouldn't talk to anybody, and I thought I was a wolf. It's not quite as cool as a lion, though, is it? Let's be honest. It's funny, like, all the weird kids, or all the weird kids other people think are weird, they normally pretend to be an animal. I don't know why. I don't know why we do it. Weird kids unite! Honestly, though, school would be so boring without the weird kids, I think. I mean, obviously, I was one of the weird kids in my school, but there were other weird kids as well. And looking back, if we didn't have the weird kids, school would have just been so boring. Had multiple, but one was a furry and would always crawl on all fours and bark at people. It was a year 7 as well. God, that must have been horrifying. A year 7 going around on all fours barking at people. Like a little chihuahua. Why? Like, I never went that far. Walking around school on all fours. Oh, imagine going up the stairs on all fours. Like, you go upstairs on all fours at home. I mean, at least I used to. Because it was just quicker. And it just felt easier. But I would never do it in school. He eats gum from the bottom of the table. Oh my god, that is so grim. I would definitely never do that. I suppose it's free gum, isn't it? And you've just got an endless supply. That is so gross. Next one. This one kid who was in the year below me, and he would drink paint in school. Drink paint? Where would he get paint from, John Harris? That is so funny. I feel like this was this kid. It was John. John, was it you? The thought of a kid just bringing in their own paint to school just so they can drink it instead of water or literally anything else. It's just so funny. A boy who used to smash his head against the table and scream, "I hate you." I hate you! Oh my god. That is such a weird response, isn't it? It's like just self-harming, just mashing your head on the table in front of everyone. Oh, I hope they're okay. It's just so funny to think what is going through these kids' brains to make them do the things that they do. Had a girl release a live frog in the middle of a GCSE exam. Never saw her again after that. Oh my god, that must have been so funny. If you're actually in a GCSE exam, though, that would be so distracting. Just with a frog sprinting around or hopping around. Frogs don't really sprint, do they? Oh my god, that must have been so funny. I bet all the exam invigilators were like, shit, what do we do? How would you even go back to doing your exam after that? That's so funny. What a story. I love that. Weirdest kid in my school used to piss in the flower pots and eat mud. Oh, it's so good. That is so good. Why would they piss in the flower pots? I do remember pissing in my school outside once, in my secondary school. But that's because I was so far from a toilet and I really needed to go and nobody was around. So it was okay. That is fine, I think. But just pissing in flower pots in the middle of loads of other kids that's a little bit different. Wow, I thought I was weird. I love this next one because it just says chuck poo at a mirror. Literally chuck poo, like their own poo, human poo at a mirror. I'm assuming it was like a boys' bathroom or something because they're normally just disgusting, especially in schools. Oh my god, just chuck poo at a mirror. Fair enough. No more context needed. Weirdest because let's call him Sam used to pick his nose and wipe it onto people, even teachers. So he'd pick his nose and just put it on other people, even if they were a teacher. Surely the teachers didn't take too kindly to that. And what? I'd like to think they sent this Sam kid out. You know what I mean, though? Like, what is going through this child's mind? To pick his nose and put it, not on just anyone, but even a teacher. If I was a teacher and that happened to me, I would probably just want to deck the child in the face. A girl pissed in Spanish class and just sat in it all lesson, even when the teacher told her to go. So it wasn't even like she didn't have permission to go to the toilet. The teacher said, yeah, you can go, but she just proceeded to piss and sit in it the whole lesson. Oh, that is so funny. Don't forget, guys, I have saved the best one till last. You're not going to want to miss it. There's a kid with a black fringe, and every time the teacher starts talking, he'll either cough or sneeze. It's literally every time. Oh my god, that must be so annoying for the teacher, because the teacher surely just can't get on with their lesson if they're just constantly coughing or sneezing. Maybe the kid isn't being weird and they're just genuinely allergic to the teacher talking. There was a ginger in my primary who decided to flash every other guy in the bathrooms. He was then nicknamed Hairy Harry. I love that they've specified he's ginger as well, because that does add a few more extra weird points. He was nicknamed Hairy Harry. That is so funny. Oh my god. There was a kid who was a complete psychopath. He would ride around on an electric scooter getting all girls, a little bit like Year 7 Will. Threatens to stab people and always causes mayhem, until one day he fell off his electric scooter onto his face and started crying, and his girlfriend dumped him. I wonder if she dumped him because he fell off his scooter. Honestly, a mix between Henry and Will. Oh my god, that sounds like the worst thing ever. A mix between Henry the weird kid and Will, the leader of the Year 7 chaps. An unstoppable force. That's so funny though. He used to just go around on his scooter threatening to stab people. Like, why? Who does that? A kid named Dylan was in my PE class, and every time we were in PE, he had an attraction to the yoga ball, as he would kiss the yoga ball until PE was over, or a teacher pulled him off. Pulled him off? It has happened before. So he had like a weird attraction to the exercise ball, the yoga ball. And he would just kiss it. He would just kiss it the whole lesson. That's so funny that it got so bad the teacher actually had to separate him from the ball. Like if you left him with the ball long enough, he'd just have sex with it. Oh my god, that's so funny. One time, a kid brung in cheese, kept flinging it to the front of the class, and in the loudest voice possible, he kept saying, cracking cheese, Gromit. We all knew he was dead when the teacher found out it was him. That's so funny. So he'd just throw it. He'd just throw the cheese to the front of the class. The teacher would be like, who did that? Cracking cheese, Gromit. That's a good story. That is funny. He sounds a bit more like a class clown than a weird kid. Or maybe he was both. There was a kid in my school who would stick pens up his nose, like dangerously far up, and then yell that he was a walrus. There you go, yet another weird kid pretending he's an animal. He's decided to choose a walrus. Oh, God, that is so funny. What is it with sticking pens up your nose as well? I do remember kids doing that in my school. When I was in year 8, there was a complete psycho who tried to jump from the second-story window. When asked why he tried to after, his response was, and I swear to God, they didn't give me enough chicken nuggets at lunch today. What? So many questions. So because he didn't get enough chicken nuggets, he tried to end it all. Oh my God. Well, I hope he's okay now. Hopefully he hasn't succeeded in jumping out the second-story window. These stories are just so funny. They make me laugh. I have this kid in my year, and when we get changed, he used to come in the girls' changing rooms on all fours saying, "Boobies!" Oh my God. Imagine you're a girl getting changed in the girls' changing rooms and just this kid crawls in on all fours and shouts boobies. That would be so weird. I would just be so scared for my life. He must have got in trouble for that. There's absolutely no way you can get away with that. Like, what the f***? A kid in my class brought in M&S cologne and sprayed it into his mouth and then started meowing while saying, "It tastes like chocolate ice cream." Why would it taste? I would not imagine that to taste like chocolate ice cream. Maybe I need to try that. I love this next one. The answer to who was the weirdest kid in your school is me. I'm homeschooled. Well, at least they've admitted they are the weirdest person in their household. I respect it. At my school, there was a kid who got suspended because he got caught rubbing a girl's thigh and attempting to kiss them when she asked him to tie her shoelaces. Obviously, she reported him and he got suspended. I mean, there's weird and then there's just straight up sexual abuse. Bloody hell. Well, I'm glad he got suspended. Hopefully he doesn't come back or do that ever again. Okay, guys, we've made it to the last one, and I have saved the best one till last. It's the longest one, but it's the best one. So stick around. I love the amount of detail in this story. There was this weird girl in my maths class. One day, she just turned weird, like out of nowhere. We were in maths class one random Tuesday in April, and she walked in with a 10-foot long piece of fabric. She then proceeded to ask the whole class, including the teacher, to write out their address, postcode, and car number plate. So weird. There was only one guy who did it. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? There was only one guy who did it, and she turned up to his house and said that she was his biological mother. She was younger than him, and gave both to him. The next maths lesson, she turned up halfway through the lesson with messy hair, pillow, and still in her pajamas. It was 1 p.m. and then plugged in a speaker and connected a microphone to it, put it on maximum volume, and then shouted into the microphone, "My son, I gave birth to you. How dare you disobey your father and run away from home? Home is no longer for thee. You are now banished." The poor boy looked at the teacher and then flipped his desk on the side and said he was going to call the police for harassment and stalking. Oh my God, it's obviously really scaring this kid. The girl thought it was true, so she picked up the speaker, which was still connected to the port, held it up above her head and said, "I'm prepared for the battle." This girl sounds so unhinged. Then the bell rang and she darted out, left the speaker and microphone, jumped down the flight of stairs, ran into the middle of the yard and pretended like she was dead. Oh right, pretty normal then. The police was never called and nobody knows what happened to her after that. She just vanished off into the night. A month later, she came back and from then on was known as Fetus Mother. She would sit on the door to the classroom and using chewing gum she found in the bin under the desk and even took some out of other people's mouths. She would sit there and make sculptures of her son. Oh, The boy left for unrelated things. No, I'm sure it wasn't unrelated things. And just fake cry like she was in an American TV show where she got broken up with. Every single bloody maths lesson. Thankfully, I've moved classes, but I still hear her fake sobs from the other side of the corridor. Oh my God. So she basically got this kid's details, stalked him, went to his house. He threatened to call the police. She disappeared for a month. Then she came back. He'd left the school. And then she started making sculptures of her son, who was older than her, out of used pieces of chewing gum. She needs help. That is so strange. What a story. I love that. I love that story. Oh, it doesn't really get much weirder than that, I don't think. Like, that is weird kid on another level. She's got to be one of the weirdest kids in the world. Oh my God, that is so funny. Let me know in the comments, guys. I'd love to know your weird kid stories. Want to see if there's any better than these. I might even pin the top comment. Oh God, that is so funny. I hope you enjoyed these weird kid stories, guys. That was really funny. I really enjoyed reading them. It was so good. Bit of a shorter video today, but I hope you liked it. Before we go, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps me out. We're so close to 2 million. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!